following video is not a polished episode. It is purely the highlights from a live stream investigation done on a phone and at the mercy of reception. These videos are designed to show you some unique places, give you the history, and give you any happenings that we might have had. Are they paranormal? I'll let you decide. This is kind of a throw-in investigation because it's not quite where we thought we would be tonight, but they very kindly invited us and allowed us to come in here. It's about 4 o'clock this afternoon that we found out that we were coming. So guys, we don't know an awful lot about the pub. I'll give you what I do know. But we are at the Weeroona, is it? If I'm looking over there, that's because Sandy is over behind us there. Hi guys! She's joining us again tonight.
Thank you to Sandy.
We're in Wallaroo. Thank you, Sandy, for setting this up for us.
That's my pleasure.
And yeah, it's an interesting history. So we're going to take you in because it's a bit windy out here. We're going to take you in, give you a little look around, and we've already set up all the equipment in the hallways. So we're going to go fishing. We're just going to go have a look and see what's going on. So and see what happens, guys. So this way. Ow. It's great because I've got a crippled knee.
Yeah.
And Kat's got a crippled neck. What have you got wrong with you, Sandy?
Nothing. I'm perfect.
Here we go. So we're just going to give you a little look around. So this hotel was built in 1861. So it was built as a single-storey hotel to start with, and then they put the second story on. I think it was around about the 1890s that they were talking about it in the paper. So we'll just take you through here. Have a quick look. Now we did eat here earlier, the food. It was the best steak Diane, I'm going to say. The Diane sauce was amazing.
Yeah, it was. And we had a roast pork dinner.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It was the best, we're not just saying that. Mm-hmm. So you can come in here, you can dine, obviously you can drink. They do accommodation as well, and that's where we're going to take you. So we're going to go up these stairs.
So that's the bar in there, guys. We're going to go up here.
I'm not going to bar tonight yet. Watch me fall down the stairs. Now, I actually heard about the Weeroona quite a while, a couple of years ago. In fact, actually longer, probably about 4 or 5 years ago. Because I had a lovely gentleman that interviewed me for some of my tours in South Australia. And he was doing an article, and he'd already stayed here and interviewed the people here. And this is where I learned of the ghost stories all those years ago. So when Sandy said, oh, I might be able to get the Weeroona, it's like, I've heard of this, I've heard of that place. So there's one particular interesting death here that seems to be the focus for all of the happenings, if you like. And we're going to go down to the room that I've just booked. We've now hired it, the most haunted room. Did you hear that? Yeah, that was a music box.
Oh, we're too far away. We're too far away from the music box for it to go.
Oh, we can't set it off from over there.
Okay, that's interesting.
Alright, so that was the whir, apart from the cars, the whir that you heard then, that whirring sound was a quick whir of the music box. So. Alright, so we'll bring you down and we'll talk about the particular death and the rooms. So you come down this way. That's a creepy little room. So do it in there. I'm too far away from that then as well.
Just off again. There. Oh, it's done it again.
The only thing in my hands is bottles, by the way, if you're wondering what I'm holding. Do you want to turn that light off as well? Is that going to be too dark? I just want to see if it's too dark. Is that too dark?
It's not too bad.
Oh. Yeah, it's really going on.
Alright, the reason it's not playing music is the band is worn, so it can't turn it properly.
It shouldn't be doing that. We are a long way away from it.
We are a long, long way from it. Out of curiosity though, because I do like to discount things. Can you move?
Go
We haven't
backwards.
moved and it's stopped.
Yeah.
So we're all in the same spot. Alright. Okay.
That's cool. Yeah.
Are you trying to play the music? Unfortunately, the music isn't playing at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you notice? Thank you. If that was you. Do you know you could use that for a yes and no? Sorry about getting distracted from the ghost stories, guys. I'll tell you them in a minute. Let's just go with this for a minute. You know you can use that as a yes and no. You could do a long one for yes, short one for no.
That's outside.
That's outside.
What's that? Just ignore those bangs, guys.
Did you understand what I said? Short one for no, long one for yes. That's gone. The fact that it's not continuing to do it is kind of interesting as well, because if it was just glitching, normally it just continues to glitch.
Oh, did you hear that?
What was that one?
Right
That-
at the end.
Don't you hear that noise down at the end?
That was right at the end.
There's nobody down there.
No. It's like a click.
That's a good start.
Yes.
It's like totally distracting to what I was trying to
Yeah.
introduce you to. But
And what were you saying, Alison?
see, the thing is, it's not us because we're still standing.
Mm.
That's outside.
That one's outside. All right. So Sandy's kind of standing close to a door that leads to the veranda, so she can tell us what knocks are out there and what are in here.
For those that just joined us, we're in the Weeroona.
The Weeroona.
Weeroona. But I can't say it.
I can't.
I can't say that.
Weeroona.
Weeroona.
Weeroona Hotel in Wallaroo.
Sorry, we've stopped paying attention. Can you step away from it now, please? Yeah, like properly away. Can you make it go quiet? Yeah, properly quiet.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, but that's just saying you're going to burn the motor out.
Yeah, it's just like.
The PMB, or music box, needs to be placed on a flat surface, pointed at a solid object like a door or a wall. This allows it to calibrate. If anything changes between it and the wall, then it's going to alert you. Unfortunately, this night it wasn't pointed at a wall. Therefore, we have to discount it being paranormal and believe that it was just false positives.
All right, just getting back to the stories as to why we're here, is this room. This is room 11, and this is the room we've been told about. So there has been a couple of deaths in the pub. So if you want to join in, feel free to set off any of those bits of equipment. They won't, of course.
No, of course not.
That's all right.
Okay.
So the room here is where it all happens now. We've just been told a few of the ghost stories from Leanne. Is that her name? Leanne is her name. And she's owned, or she's been here for 22 years at this hotel. So she's kind of been filling us in on what's been going on here. Now, as I said, there's been 2 deaths. The most famous death in this pub is Lydia Gully. Now, hers is a bit of a tragic story. She lost her husband in 1907, and within 2 weeks of each other,
She also lost her young son to typhoid. So Lydia had absolutely nobody left, and she got very, very depressed, very despondent. So she actually came to live here for a short while, and she did leave a note. It's just kind of explaining to the world that she had nothing to live for anymore. And then she did take her own life. She actually poisoned herself. So that was in July 1907. There is another gentleman, Walter Monroe, who was a stable hand here, and he fell in love with one of the maids that worked here. And they'd had a falling out, and he was found, he'd taken his own life as well, sadly. He'd shot himself. Now, he did it in the area that is now the kitchen. So, but the kitchen, they've had a lot of stuff happen in the kitchen. We're not doing, you're right, we're not doing the kitchen, for obvious reasons, but they've had everything. They've had food platters and plates just gone poof on the floor, the doors swinging all the time. But here's the most interesting. So this is the room where it all happens. People hear footsteps up and down the hallway. One story that she told us about, Leanne told us about, was they had a mother and daughter, young daughter, staying in here. Now that was fine, but they were down having breakfast the next morning, and the daughter actually drew a picture and said, "Mummy," she said, "this is the lady that was trying to talk to me last night." So it's a child's drawing, but that's the picture that the child drew. And you can see it's kind of in an older style clothing. And she said that this lady during the night had woken her up and had been trying to talk to her. So she'd drawn a picture of the lady. You can see the bun and everything else. Yes, it is a child's drawing, so, but it's interesting that she kind of did that. So I put that there. Another one is they had a regular guy that stayed here, a lovely guy. And he brought in a young girl one night, and that young girl actually, can you just, yeah. Now the young girl woke up in the middle of the night to find she was being smothered a little bit by a pillow. So, but he used to say that he would go down and tell Leanne, "Hey, I've had Lydia sitting on the bed." He used to regularly feel somebody sitting on the bed with her. So yeah, we're going to do in here later. We're going to do in here for our Patreons a bit later on, but we're going to go out and brought her a flower, look.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to go out and if it continues, we'll have to just turn that.
Shall I turn it off?
Yeah. And you can see the hallways are just vast. It goes all the way down there, all the way down here.
It's not the most level.
Old pubs never are they? All right. So all we're going to do, guys, is the usual stuff. We're just going to throw the line out. I'm just going to remind you what this is all about. It's about showing you places that you can come to. You can come and stay in room 11 if you want to. All right. We booked it for the night, so we got it for the whole night. You can come and have a meal, come and support the places. That's what all this is about, is that you come and find these places yourself. So we're just going to throw the line out. As I said, it's a little bit like fishing. So we're going to do EVP, usual stuff that you see us do. EVP, we'll do the ghost box, and we will... Coffin. Aww. Coffin alone.
Oh.
Was she buried with her?
I bet she was buried in the same plot as her husband.
And a child? Because I thought the child... Her child died in Victoria, it said. It said on that.
Yeah.
Hell.
That didn't sound very...
Hell.
But the child would be buried on its own because the parents are buried here.
Mm.
Oh, that's sad.
That's sad. The coffin would be alone.
Yeah.
The child isn't with them. I think. Don't quote me on that because I have to look more history up. We've only been here for a short time. So.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
That's
interesting.
sad if it
It is.
is, isn't it? Yeah, because she lost the child over in Victoria, I think. That wind sound that you can hear, I think it's coming from one of these two rooms
Yeah.
over the door. We must have a... Alright, so we've got this down here now.
Oh, that was the EDI going off. That was a red light, which was sudden warm change and change in air pressure.
That one sounds really spooky.
Yeah.
Oh, and the blue. So we've got
Oh.
a sudden cold change, sudden warm change, and a change in air pressure.
Alright, so if there is anybody here, we haven't introduced ourselves, and that's very rude of us, very sorry, but my name's Alison. I don't know if you already knew that, because my name just came out there. And I'm just wondering if it's any chance at all you could tell us who you are, who we're dealing with tonight.
If there's anybody here, just love it if you could just talk to us, let us know who you are, just tell us a little bit about yourself. We're only here for a short time and we would love to have a conversation with you and get to know you. Just love it if you could just talk to us, let us know who you are, just tell us a little bit about yourself. We're only here for a short time and we would love to have a conversation with you and get to know you.
Alright. Shouting, I didn't hear.
Here for a short time and we would love to have a conversation with you and get to know you. Have a conversation with you and get to know you. Okay.
I don't remember hearing
I'm
all
just going to listen back to that, so if you have said anything, thank you.
I mean, maybe I just didn't pay attention to it. It's like a voice constantly there. But it could be outside. I just don't remember tagging it and hearing it. But that could be, that's our brains, guys. We don't always hear the background noises. So we have all this equipment out, all these lights, and all down this end, if anybody's down there. We would be ever so grateful if you could just let us know if you're still here. At the end of the day, we can't see you, we can't hear you. That was a tap, but then a car.
Okay, that was a loud
More
one.
knocking. Please. Okay, we can hear some knocks down the hallway there. If that's you, thank you. No, I was asking you to do something. As I said, we're not asking you to perform. At the end of the day, I can't see you and I can't hear you. It's the only way that I'm going to know you're here. I'm going to ask if that was you making those...
Oh.
Say all the words. It seems to come
Waves.
in waves, so it's not constant. It didn't do it once while we were doing the...
No.
Alright, I heard some knocks, like that. Could you maybe make those knocks just one more time? We won't keep asking, I promise. Because I know there's nothing more annoying than, can you make another knock? You can do just one. Just one, it confirms that you're there. So just something like this. Doesn't have to be huge. They almost sound like footsteps then.
There's something down there.
says there's somebody walking around.
I thought it was somebody coming up the stairs, but it's not, is it?
No. Thank you.
Necessary.
It was necessary. Necessary for us to know you're there. Almost sounds like somebody moving on the... And this is what Leanne said to us. Leanne actually did say that when people stay here, they hear footsteps a lot in the hallway. Now, is it the floorboards? It's a lot of devil and evil coming out. Floorboards, I don't know. I mean, we're going to keep it rational as well.
I'd like to see the doorknob go down.
Yeah, that's the other thing I didn't tell you
Oh,
about.
wow.
Is the doorknob on 11 rattles all the time, as if somebody's trying to come in.
So Beck's asking, does it feel eerie?
I didn't think it would because it's quite well lit with the exit signs, but it does feel.
Cellar. Garden.
Their son, is it their son?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
he doesn't come upstairs. He doesn't like to come upstairs, apparently.
We won't go anywhere in the pub in the dark.
No.
Not at all.
If you're down the hallway, can you walk up towards us, please? Can you come talk down here? Come a bit closer. We'd love to chat to you. It's Lydia, lady to lady. Oh, knock down there. And again. Now we're going to try the ghost box. Yes, it's a broken radio. No. All right. Before anybody says anything, we know. We're going to get a whole load of radio snippets coming out. But you lot enjoy it. We're just fishing, and I've had some weird stuff coming out of this before. So who knows? We'll probably just get ready. She took her own life in July. 4th of July, 1907 is when she took her life.
But for some reason it seems to be Easter, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And her husband died in January 1907, and it said the child actually died within 2 weeks of each other. So
Yeah.
both of them would have to have died December, January. And then she passed away in July that year. That's awfully...
That's really bad.
Which could be why
Yeah.
that's going up, because there is a lot of interference. Yeah. Water over here. I'll just carry it then, shall I? If not, we'll put somebody on the headphones. Alright, if there is anybody here, Lydia, if you're here. You just hold that a minute. It's too static. I reckon we just go straight to the headphones,
Yeah.
because one of us can move away from this area.
Yeah.
Alright. Did you want to go on?
Yeah, I don't mind.
For a change, not cagging me? Let's put Sandy on.
Let's put Sandy on.
Yeah, that's going to hurt everybody's ears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. Throw everything around.
Yeah, that's how I treat my equipment. How do you treat yours? As long as it's not my guide.
That's why we can't have nice things.
Better here.
She's shouting at me. If not, just... If not now, if it's not getting any better. She can't hear me then.
I can't hear you.
If it's not getting any better here...
Yeah. Just move around.
Yeah,
Okay.
see.
We don't know what she had. Well, we just know that she had a child. We don't know what age. We don't know
we're
the
having trouble
sex.
finding that, guys. We've only been here since 4 o'clock this afternoon, so and we didn't know we had it until...
No, till 4 o'clock this afternoon.
Yeah, I'm sorry I'm doing this, my knee hurts. So while Sandy's moving
be nice, shocking.
Is it?
Ouch.
So not to investigate. Is it too bad all the... Oh, because she can't hear me. It's often the problem with pubs as well, is they have a lot of pumps and electrics and...
Shocking.
Shocking?
That's not a good way of using it.
If my guys,
How long have you been
if my guys
investigating?
did that, I would have slapped
Exactly.
them from here to eternity.
How long have you been investigating? Do you just use your equipment like that?
You want to try down here? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm hearing the F word.
Oh.
So we start.
Okay. So who are we talking to? You tell me who we're talking to?
Take that.
Okay, we got words.
Trip.
Oh, that's not nice. Trip.
Trip.
They've seen you before, Alison.
Wait.
Right. So who are we talking to? Is there anybody here tonight? Are we talking to Lydia?
Shut up.
Oh,
Okay, you've been told.
It'll be the first time.
Sorry.
Ah, that's all right. Are we annoying you? We don't mean to.
Yeah, it started off as a Globe Hotel and then it changed in the 1950s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
Sorry, we were not paying attention.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello there.
I think we should just see hand actions as well as the words. Sandy. Hello.
Okay, so is there George here?
Hi.
Hello. Is your name
The
George?
boy.
I love her on menus at the same time when she talks. It's great, isn't it? Is there a George here with us?
Is that the one that had heart and...
Told you.
You told us. Are we not listening properly? We're ever so sorry because it's very hard for us to work out what the words mean in context.
So George,
Oops.
is there George here from Aberdeen?
Hello.
Hello.
That was a male voice.
Oh, okay. If it is...
The ocean.
You come across the ocean?
Are you a captain?
Oh, that was creepy.
What was creepy?
Just say it was creepy.
You gotta love her on this. George, do you smoke? If you're from Aberdeen, do you want a wee dram? I've got you some whiskey out
I
there.
think I heard bullshit.
Okay.
Obviously not then.
No. Yeah, that's right. His name was... Oh,
3.
my husband did die in 1907.
3.
What's 3?
Well, there's 3 of us.
I'm going to say there's 3 deaths here.
Oh yeah, we found 3 deaths. Ivy, sweetheart, are you around?
Oh, bitch.
Oh, okay. That's hopefully not Ivy, because it's supposed to be a child.
Scrounging.
I'm sorry, I think we got to the stage for you to get overly tired. So George and Margaret Duncan were publicans. And George died here.
Oh, did he? Is George the one... whoever's looking up the history for us, thank you.
Yes.
Is George the one that died of the heart and the lung disease? Somebody dropped dead here from heart and lung.
Well done, he did really well.
Oh.
What was that? What was creepy?
Why did you say that was creepy and then he didn't say what it was?
Oh, it was...
He left us hanging.
It was just a guy's voice. And just the way he said whatever he was saying, It sounded really creepy.
You couldn't work out what you were saying.
No.
As I said, most of this is just to bring it to your attention. There is the Weeroona Hotel in Wallaroo. Do come and stay. You can stay in room 11, which is where I was staying. And you can eat here and have a drink. And it is a lovely hotel.
Make sure you're really hungry though if you're coming for tea.
Yeah, the meals are huge. So,
Mm-hmm.
you can stay in room 11 and see if you can talk to Lydia. See if she'll talk to you. Lydia does seem to, we were told, Lydia does seem to like men. There's not many men to hear.
No.
So, hello guys, we're back.
We're back.
We are.
Oh.
Oh. Well, that didn't last long.
No.
That little dimming of the light was the light just going off.
Oh, Addison's getting tired.
It was time before we started. Okay. So.
All right, let's do this.
All right, should we start with an EVP birthday, guys?
Well, should we start with a little bit of calling out first before we go? It's like jumping into...
Do you know when...
We're a lot more relaxed on here, by the way,
when
guys.
Alison
Sorry.
said about doing the...
It's like jumping into bed really quickly without...
She's like, Kag, why don't you lead this one? Because then I just want to be behind the camera.
Yeah.
And I said, no, because you'll take over anyway. She says, no, I won't. And now it's just like, okay, let's do calling out.
Yes.
It's just like wham bam. Let's get into
Okay,
it instead of taking it slow.
Oh.
Well, we had the calling
Exactly,
out.
Rosemary. We've got to introduce. She might not have heard us out there.
Well, she's not going to be stuck in here. She's not going to be deaf, surely. Bless her. All
right. Let's get serious.
Okay, guys. So if there's anybody here, we don't wish you any harm, we don't wish you any disrespect. We just want to talk to you if we possibly can. I hate my shadow on that wall, by the way.
Looks really creepy.
It looks really horrible and fat. So there's anybody here, we just want to talk to you. So my name is Kag, and I'm sorry that's a really unusual name. I've got a couple of ladies with me here, and this lady here is...
Yeah, my name's Alison.
And I'm Sandy.
So if there's anybody with us tonight, if you can let us know you're here, could you make a noise for us or light up one of the lights?
Oh,
Oh.
ball.
Next to the baby.
You like the toys?
That's cool.
You want to try and set it off again? We brought you a present. We've got little flowers up there. We brought you some gifts. All right, George Duncan was the publican here, and he died of smoke inhalation
Oh.
in 1870.
Okay, so there must have been a boy here.
All right, guys, are there questions? All good? All right, so if anybody's here wants to talk, because I'm going to put that little red light on the bed. And if you want to talk into there for us, I'm really grateful. So my question is, Lydia, you had an awful, awful time losing your husband and your child so close together. Can you tell me something about your child, please? Could you tell me their age or what sex they were or their name?
Did you name your child after your husband? If it was a little boy, did you call him Harry? Did you name your child after your husband? If it was a little boy, did you call him Harry? Lydia, was it you who spoke to the little girl through the night when she stayed over with her mum? And is that picture a picture of you?
Maybe she used this picture as a trig object.
Yeah, well, it's behind me. Well,
Is it
maybe
behind
after
you?
we do the EVP thing,
Yeah.
otherwise it goes too long.
All right, should we listen back? I made you just walk back just so you could say. Just so I could end it. Just so I could end it properly.
Honestly.
Just it out. So it is a child's drawing. So obviously it's not a work of art. So let's put that. Have we got a ball? We might put a ball on it.
We put the ball with the doll.
All right. But the child said that that's the lady who tried to talk to her during the night. So if you missed that earlier.
All right. Cool. Oh, yours is a weird one, isn't it?
Box input mode.
What? Yeah.
You had an awful time.
You know how to turn it up?
Your child so close together.
Turn it up.
Can you tell me something about your child, please? Can you tell me
Oh,
the
ball.
age or what sex they were?
Let me just quick. Captain Henry Gully and Lydia Gully had 2 children, Ivy and Harry.
Oh.
But what happened to Ivy then? Because she lost all her children. I thought she only had 1 child because she had nothing left to live for. Oh, okay, Julie. So she died first in 1901. I just saw Rosemary's as well. Harry died 1907. So it was 2 weeks after Harry, the other Harry. Oh, that's bad.
It's terrible. Yeah.
Taken by family after Harry and Henry's death. Yeah, no, she said it in the letters they were all dead, but I think arsenic poisoning was Lydia.
So what happened to Ivy then?
Ivy died, according to Julie, apparently Ivy died in 1901 and she was only 1 year old when she died.
Right.
So 1901 Ivy died and... Oh, is it cyanide? Lydia was cyanide, that's it. And then in 1907 it was Captain and Harry, so it was cyanide, yeah. And typhoid for Harry, yeah.
Yeah.
So she lost 2 children. I thought it was just the one. As I said, we only came at 4 o'clock, so we weren't able to do a lot of research. So it's great that you lot are kind of coming up with stuff. Thank you, guys.
Right, so we're doing this, please.
As long as we don't mind how much it hurts, so yes, yeah. Did you want to not subject Sandy to it again?
Sandy's already done it, so
do you want to try
sit
it?
in the hallway, or do you want me to just...
I would stand in the doorway so you got the best of both worlds there. All right. So Keg over there has got some blue things on her ears. She's waving her arm with a box. Can you try and manipulate that a little bit and talk to Kag? Kag's going to call out any words that you see. Is that sea as in the ocean? What would you like help with? You said help.
Three.
3 came up earlier.
It did, yeah.
Well, you lost 3 members of your family, Lydia. We're just learning about your story.
At.
You lost Ivy, Harry.
Children.
You did lose your children, yes. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I was sad to hear you lost your children. That would never be easy for a mother.
Yeah.
My heart goes out to you, Lydia. And to lose your husband. So close as well. Lydia, there's a little missing part of the story here. We're just wondering, can you tell us how Ivy passed away? I know it's probably painful to think.
Hurt.
She was hurt.
Help.
Oh.
I'm still thinking about that obelisk saying coffin alone.
Yeah.
Because if maybe it's Ivy that's buried in Victoria and the rest of them are buried here.
Did you just touch me?
No.
How can we touch you from over here?
That's right. I could have sworn you were behind me because of I don't know if it's my shirt. You know, I've been sort of there for quite a while. I've been moving around. I felt as though somebody just touched just here. Just underneath my bra strap.
Hard or?
No, it was just very light. I always just though you come up to tell me to stop.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? You just like touch somebody's back, but just very gently.
Oh, wow.
Okay, that was weird.
Oh, Lacey, right.
Anything, by the way?
You've given a couple of interesting things, yes.
Alright, which is difficult to get a signal.
Yeah, no. I know you're only getting a few, trying to get cut through that static, but you can, try and continue. Keg's blocking the door. If you're trying to get out, maybe that's what you were trying to do. You're trying to move her out the way. Feel free to do it again.
It's cold.
I want to see a fly out the door. Because that's what friends are for. Can you touch her really, not really hard, but enough that she can feel you again?
Thank you.
If you want her to move.
Bye.
Oh, okay. Bye. Do you want to finish?
Sleep.
Stomach. You want to go to sleep or you want us to go to sleep? Is it time we went?
Bed.
There is a bed. There was a young lady in this bed with a gentleman. And Lydia, if you're here, or somebody didn't like having her here, objected. And she woke up to find a pillow on her face. And the gentleman who was with her at the time said that you visit him a lot. You quite often.
It's a lot.
A lot, yes. That was well timed.
Yeah.
And you sit on his bed. He hasn't been. I think he's in Queensland now.
Please?
Would you like him back?
Yes.
Oh. Okay, so I don't know his name. Did you know his name? Leanne didn't tell me his name.
This.
Maybe Leanne can get in touch with him and tell him that you miss him. You seem to like him. And you didn't scare him because he seemed quite happy you sitting on his bed.
No. I'm struggling to get anything come through. What's the matter?
It was right on cue every time.
Was it?
Yeah, what little you came out with was right on
really?
cue.
Do you want to keep going or?
It's up to you. Do you want that?
I don't mind, but
Maybe a couple more minutes.
okay.
Sorry for the interruption, Lydia. Did the gentleman who used to be in here that you used to like, did he remind you of your husband? Your late husband?
He worked on the sea as well.
He was a captain, wasn't he? Oh, you mean the one that left? Yeah. Lydia, Ivy now has her grandparents with her to look after her. So she's not on her own anymore. But I think we've learned a little more about you. I'm talking to people on here, Lydia, I know you probably don't know, and they're telling me all about your life and your children. I still think it's a sad story, but no, it's petered out. Since you took the headphones off, she stopped. There's nothing really. You don't have to stay here. You could go and find your children. Is there any reason you stay? Are you frightened because of what you did?
kid. Because I guess in your day, it was very religious, and what you did would be seen as very wrong. Nowadays, as I said, it's not frowned on anymore.
All right, sound like the C-bomb.
Ooh.
I wonder if that's why we got that really thing, hell, come out of.
Yeah.
Because maybe in those days it was drummed into them that's suicide, you'll go to hell.
Yeah.
You won't, Lydia, if that's what you believe. If that's why you're scared of moving on. A lot of different thinking now.
It's just really...
Yeah.
What was interesting though, the first bit I did was all female. And then the middle bit was male and female. And it's like they were... It's like conversational, but you couldn't quite catch what they were saying.
Right.
And then the last bit's in male and female as well. But the first bit was just female.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
interesting.
The first section was, and then you took them off and said, "Oh, not getting much." And then when you went back on it the second time, it seemed to be very random.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't know if we answered too much. It was curious stuff, though. Yeah, that she would be in purgatory. That's it. Not so much hell, but purgatory.
Bless her.
Well, Lydia, thank you. That was you talking to us tonight. Thank you for doing that. We very much appreciate it.
Yeah.
And hopefully you realise that you don't have to be stuck here. You really don't. You can move on. You can go and look for your children and your husband.
Can be reunited at last.
And we'll tell Leanne that you miss the gentleman that used to stay in here. All right, guys, we're going to call it a night and pack up. We're going to go back to Cousin Jack's. We have maybe a Bacardi and Coke to have.
Maybe.
Enjoy what's left of your night, guys. Go and get some sleep, and we will see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. This is our second trip to Wallaroo, and we just love it. So come on down to Wallaroo. Definitely come and support the...
Weeroona.
If only we can say it. What is it?
Take two.
What's it called?
Weeroona.
Weeroona.
I'm going to fall off this step in a minute.
Oh no.
I'm just going to take a step forward.
Well, I'm not very good.
All right, so...
I'll not be able to say it all night.
So come to Wallaroo. Come and stop at the...
Do. That's all, folks.
What we need to do is when we want to say
It doesn't help me, don't put...
no, we need to see Sandy to do the voice in for that voice. So if we go
Weeroona.
That's it, you say it. I can't say it.
Okay.
Please come to this hotel.
No, hang on, let's do it professionally. You can't just say, please come to this hotel.
It's a great hotel. I just can't say it.
Weeroona.
Alright, so come to Wallaroo, visit the Weeroona, great food, great drinks, and stay in room 11 and see if Lydia likes you. So until next time folks.
Till next time.
Ha ha ha.